Coffee and, the longest-running panel discussion show in American radio. To make a comment or ask a question of the panel, call 401-766-1240 or email coffee@woonsockеtradio.com. And now, let's join the Coffee and panel.
It's time for Coffee and on ON Radio. It's Friday. It's January 17th. Thanks for stopping on by. I'm Joe Callahan. Dave Richards is right over there. Hi, Dave.
I am? Well, what do you know?
Hello
Hi there.
And we're being joined at the Coffee and table right now by Dominic Dwarron. Hi, Dominic.
Good morning. How are you?
We'll be good. We'll be talking
Melissa's
about the
trying.
St. Anne's Arts and Cultural
She's
Center.
trying
benefit.
to get into the studio.
I know. Well, she'll get here.
Unfortunately, she doesn't want to interrupt. So she's standing at the door saying, "When's my turn to talk?"
Do I what? Yeah, no, I didn't want to photobomb anybody.
That's good. All right.
Do you want a taller chair?
No,
Okay.
yeah.
No, she's
Just
all right.
ask.
Okay. Well, you can get your coffee while Dave expounds about the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce, our first segment sponsor of Coffee and.
Really? Well, the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. Let's just go over there to hold on a second. There it is, right there. To the inbox where I have two fine emails from the Northern Rhode Island Chamber, and of course the business is brewing at the Narragansett Brewery. Thing is coming up on is it Wednesday the 29th of January. The Eggs and Issues Breakfast with Governor Dan McKee on February the 4th at Kirkbrae, and the Welcome Wednesday on February the 5th, the next day at Big Brothers Big Sisters of Rhode Island. 34th annual celebration coming up on February the 25th from 4:45 to 7:45 in the evening. 3 hours of fun and frivolity. And looking into March, save the date.
All right.
March 18th. Cheers to 5 years at the Guild in Pawtucket.
More brewery stuff.
You know, it draws a crowd.
Oh, yeah.
It really does. And so, anyway, you can elevate your networking game. Join us and introduce yourself to 3 new individuals, any 3 that you desire. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the result, of course, would be to build valuable relationships that can lead to new customers and clients. All are welcome. The Women's Business Council and emerging leaders are joining forces for dynamic networking at the Narragansett Brewing Company on Wednesday, January the 29th, from 5 to 7 p.m. at Narragansett Brewing Company, Providence. Learn more about the Women's Business Council and the Emerging Leaders Program at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. And you can, there's also a community support opportunity in this, Joe. Mm-hmm. $25 mystery bags are available, with proceeds benefiting the Chamber member Feed RI in their fight against food insecurity. It's all part of the excitement at the Northern Rhode Island Chamber of Commerce. If you are interested in how the Chamber could help you in your side hustle, business, and or job, then give us a buzz. Well, not us, but the theoretical us, because I'm a member, but I'm not the one who's going to answer the phone at 334-1000 after 9 o'clock this morning. Joe?
All right there, Dave. Thank you very much. Well, we've had Bob
A
Euchre.
little verbose, right, Dominic? You can be more concise than that.
Yeah.
I know you can. I've seen you do it.
Bob Euchre has passed away.
Yes.
David Lynch has passed
Just
away.
a little
Yes.
outside.
Just a bit outside. David Lynch passed away, the filmmaker. My daughter was asking me about, how do I know who that person is? I said, he's made a lot of bizarre movies.
Cult classics.
Cult classics
Yeah.
is right. I said, go watch Blue Velvet. It's weird. I said, and you'll
you
love
told
it.
your daughter to
Yes.
watch Blue
Watch
Velvet.
Elephant Man if you can.
She loves, but she loves.
Eraserhead was...
That's bizarre
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
But I said, go watch Blue Velvet because she likes bizarre, weird stuff. The new movie out right now is one of the new movies out is Nosferatu, the vampire movie. Mm-hmm. She's already seen it twice.
No kidding.
Yes, she loves blood and guts and gore.
Well, it's
I
a
don't know
thing.
how.
When you're younger, you go for that stuff, right?
Yeah.
I
it was
didn't.
pretty
I never
gory, but not. It wasn't like a super gory, like horror
Yeah.
style.
Well, she
yeah, it was
likes-
more of a thriller.
Oh well, all right.
was good, I saw it.
Speaking of, so whoever the third, be on the lookout for a third celeb.
I know,
to pass
right?
away because they come in threes.
No.
So,
Right.
you never know.
It's not Dominic.
I hope
He's
not.
busy.
sometime after
Dave.
Sunday, okay?
Former King Jays, you never can tell.
So your St. Anne Arts and Cultural fundraiser is Sunday. Tell us all about it.
This Sunday, come to Cellos in Woonsocket, and if you dine there, Cellos will donate up to 20% of your check. You do need a coupon or this card that I have here. So those who are watching online, we have this card here.
We have them here at the station.
Yeah, I'm going to leave a few here.
Just got him.
Just got them.
So hurry on in today.
hurry on
as
in
the
today.
event is Sunday.
The event is Sunday. You can also pick them up at the Honey Shop, Timeless Antiques, Vo's True Value Hardware, Little General on Cumberland Hill Road, Missy's Family Restaurant, Pine Swamp Place, Creative Impressions, Belu's Flowers. We have a lot of friends, isn't that one?
That's great.
Right?
Yeah.
Great. Yeah.
And then it's also in 3 editions of the Valley Breeze this week as well. The Woonsocket and North Smithfield edition, the Cumberland Lincoln edition, and the Observer. You can also find this card in there and just cut it out, bring it in, and give it to your server, and they'll attach it to your receipt, and then the center will benefit. And anyone who comes down to participate, we have special raffles. You don't have to buy the raffles. That we're going to raffle off a $25 Cellos gift card, and we have a whole bunch of other prizes that we'll give out hourly. So extra little benefits there as well.
What's the times that the Cellos will be running this fundraiser for?
The
you?
entire time. So they
Entire
open
time
at
they're open?
11:30 a.m. and they close at 10 p.m.
So lunch and dinner.
Lunch and dinner.
All
and
right.
everything in between.
Fantastic. Now, the in past years, has this been a good fundraiser for St. Anne's?
Yes, actually. We've done very, very well. We're actually one of their top fundraisers when we go there. And what's nice about this is that we don't have to do the setup, the cooking, the cleanup. They do it all
Wally's,
for
I'm
us.
sure, very happy about that.
He's thrilled about that. You know, a lot of people don't realize, at the center what goes into. Everybody sees the final result, but with a place that big,
Yeah.
It could take you a couple weeks to put something just to physically set it up. It takes a week to prep all the food and get everything ready, and then it takes another week or two to do the cleanup. Because we're volunteers, we don't have paid staff, so we have to go in there in between working hours, and so something like this allows us to, especially during this time of the year where we have fewer events at the center anyways, just because of winter, it allows us to still raise some money that we need, and but also at the same time kind of kick back, and we actually really get to greet people because most of the time we're running around at the other event. So at this event, we're at the door. We can say hello to people, and it's also Wally's birthday today. So happy
Well, what do
birthday
you
out to
know?
Wally!
Nobody
And
finked on him.
right, somebody finked on him, and so
We
people,
didn't have it in the birthday book. Joe, hand me that book over there. We're going to put...
You want to tell us what his age is? or would
it's
you rather not?
I don't want him to kill me.
All right.
I'll fill you in later on.
Not today.
Not today. Anyways, we have to get through the fundraiser first. So you can come in, dine, and wish Wally a happy birthday. And yeah, so
and
I've
then
said,
he'll ask, how did you know that?
how'd you know that? And I've said it before, but in case people don't remember, Wally's not from this community. He's from West Warwick, and he came up
So
here.
we love him anyway.
We love him anyways, and he's been a huge asset to the center. So originally he had no ties here, and then came here, became involved, reluctantly at first, and then just fell in love with it. And it's so the center's sort of become his baby, almost like a child to him, and his heart and soul is there. And so come by Cellos this Sunday and benefit the center.
But get a card first.
Get a card first, and then there was a long list of businesses. You can go to our website to find out the list of businesses again, or grab this week's Valley Breeze.
Is it still the big problem of heating St. Anne's? Is that? I know that was an issue. It's been an issue for a while.
Oh, it still is.
Still an issue. Okay, I'm just double checking.
It still is. So we in the wintertime, we monitor things very, very closely. If it's above freezing, everything gets turned off. I mean, there's no reason to keep the upstairs at 60 degrees when it's not being utilized. So we just
But it
let
stays like this, where it's 21 now. And
yeah, I mean, it's not going to be 21, but
No.
we keep it above freezing, but we still do little things here and there. Obviously, we have the Mardi Gras in the hall coming up on March 1st. That's coming quick, and then we have the old back sacristy that is big enough that we have a couple of smaller things that come in that's on its own separate gas system. So for example, today we have a collation coming in, and the sacristy is actually big enough you can comfortably seat 50 to 60 people. So that brings some revenue in as well. So
All right.
Yeah.
Well, don't let the Mardi Gras sneak up on you. Like this thing did.
Like this thing did. These holidays are rough.
Time keeps marching on, Dominic.
It does. It really does.
Okay. Since you'll be over there, do you have a favorite meal that you like over at Cello's? Besides the pies?
I gotta hand it to them. They serve up a really good meat pie. You know, growing up French Canadian, and having meat pie your whole life, their meat pie is really good. It's just really good. Their steak tips is I really like their steak tips. I've been other places and I'm like, steak tips not so great. But like Cello's has some really great steak tips. So I got 3 or 4 items because we're there pretty frequently, that I cycle through.
I wonder if their meat pies are a big seller at their other locations.
Woonsocket is definitely their biggest selling location for the French meat pie for sure. Yeah. I've talked to them about that.
Yeah, is it even on the menu in their other locations?
No, it is.
It is.
It
Okay,
It's there.
in case.
It's there, but Woonsocket, of course, is the biggest seller.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. What do you like over there at Cello's, Melissa?
Well, I always get their clone cakes and chowder.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
Yep. But when I have done, when I've gone to like the high rises for visit, I've used them to feed. And like, just do like pasta and meatballs, and everyone loves it.
Sure.
Right?
All
Just
right.
super simple, but like really good.
We were over there during December. Dave decided to take the staff out for lunch one day, and Dave found out something new that Cello's will do. I think most restaurants will do if you ask them.
Quite by accident.
Yeah, and he said he wanted the burger, but no bun.
Uncle Met's is the mushroom burger.
Yeah.
They used to have a mushroom, a blue cheese mushroom burger. They took that off the menu. Uncle Met's burger is a mushroom burger. So if you get an Uncle Met's with blue cheese dressing on the side, you got what they used to have, which was the blue cheese mushroom burger. So so that, and I like that. So I ordered it, but in these days I'm not eating as much bread as I was before. So I said, and can you bring that without the bun? And they brought it on a plate, no bun. Very nice. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
And it worked out. I didn't get the bread, in my system, which I have to avoid these days.
Yeah, Waller's done the same thing several times. Yeah, they'll do that.
Yeah.
They'll do almost anything you.
But it was very strange to see the burger come because I had omitted my favorite, the steak fries. Sometimes I'll get steak fries and I just won't eat them all. But yeah, really, I love the steak fries there. So anyway, Denise already knows Sunday dinner. Don't cook nothing. Going to Cello's.
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, give us a rundown of it once more time, Dominic.
Yeah, so this Sunday at Cello's, Cello's is open 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. If you dine at Cello's, they're going to donate up to 20% of your check to the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center. You do need a card or this coupon to
show your server, right?
To participate. Yep, give it to your server, and then they're going to attach it to your bill so they can do a final tally at the end of the night.
He knows how to.
He
He knows how to tilt it so the
about
glare doesn't go on.
Yeah,
TV. People don't realize that because
Once or
I
twice.
see a lot of glare on that, but the
But it looks good on the
audience
TV.
doesn't. He knows how to skew it for the TV camera. What a pro!
And you can get these cards. We'll have a few here at the Orange Station today. You can go to the Honey Shop, Timeless Antiques, Vos True Value Hardware, Little General on Cumberland Hill Road, Misty's Family Restaurant, Pine Swamp Place, Creative Impression, Belu's Flowers, or it's in the Valley Breeze in 3 of their editions this week, the North Smithfield Woonsocket edition, Cumberland Lincoln, and the Observer. And you can just cut it out from there if you'd like, and come on down and say hello and wish Wally a happy birthday.
Yeah. Woonsocket
right.
location only.
Just the
I know
Woonsocket
you're in the
location.
Observer, but the Greenville location isn't participating in this.
Correct. So you can only come to the Woonsocket location
That's
of
right.
Cellos. If you
That's
go someplace else,
They're not going to give you any money.
yeah, they're going to look at you like, yeah, what are you talking about?
Gee, thanks very much for the business, but who's this St. Anne's thing?
All right, this segment of Coffee has been sponsored by the Rhode Island.
Northern Ireland Chamber of Commerce,
Thanks,
334-1000. Call them up at 9 o'clock. They don't answer the phone before that. See ya.
All right, thanks. And Dominic, thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so
Glad
much.
to talk about the St. Anne Arts and Cultural fundraiser coming up on Sunday. More Coffee Hands coming up. Stay tuned.
What does it mean to be owned by your customers? It means we don't answer to a headquarters in New York or a board of directors in Switzerland. It means we answer to a teacher in Woonsocket, a small business owner in Greenville, a contractor in Warwick. Our customers are our owners. Our owners are our customers. Come join us. Navigate Credit Union.
The Coffee and Panel is enjoying coffee from Down East Coffee Roasters. All their coffee is roasted right here in Rhode Island. Down East Coffee Roasters is available at all Little General stores.
Join the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center for its annual winter fundraiser at Cellos in Woonsocket on Sunday, January 19th from 11:30 a.m. to 10 p.m. Cellos will donate up to 20% of your check to the center. Everyone who participates will be entered into a free drawing for gift cards to Cellos and more. A certificate is needed and can be obtained at Belo's Flowers, Creative Impressions, The Honey Shop, Little General on Cumberland Street, Missy's Family Restaurant, Pine Swamp Place, Timeless Antiques, Vos True Value Hardware, or online at the St. Anne Arts and Cultural Center website.
Coffee and on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan. Melissa Murray's right over there. And so we'll other things we gotta talk about before Rich Lane gets here. And I gotta find it. So Melissa, what is wrong? What is wrong with people?
That is such a loaded question.
The story we got, you may have heard it yesterday, and we had it this morning, of these two Rhode Island State troopers that were fired for filming and posting video of a pedestrian's death. And they posted up on Snapchat, which is like a TikTok kind of thing.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm looking
disgusting.
at it. I'm like, I go, this is so, it's disgusting. It's horrifying. It's gruesome. I'm like, and they're laughing in the video.
Yeah, that's so terrible.
I go, it's wrong on just so many
So
levels.
many levels, right? The folks that you depend on and trust.
Yeah.
And
Now-
trust to always have your back.
Yeah. Now they're young
I
guys.
can't imagine.
They just came out of the academy in 2024. So what do you figure? They're 21, 20. I don't know what the average age is of people that go
Apparently,
into the
they need
academy.
to add ethics training.
You would think they have that kind of training already, of how to behave when you're out at
With
awful
somebody's
situations.
someone's passing. It's
well.
really
But
really
all-
tragic. And
They probably wanted to be police officers since they were very young. This is usually the way this works. And then as they get into teenagers years, they say, I really don't want to be a state trooper. So they've gone through all this training. And
Well, it's a
they've now-
good gig if you can get it.
Yes, but now they've thrown it all away.
Yep.
Not only are you not going to be a state trooper anymore, you're probably not going to be a cop anymore.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
what
What
it's not
municipality
the-
would take somebody who was thrown out
Yeah.
of the state cops?
Nobody.
or of that? I don't want to say caliber. Like there's a standard.
Yeah.
And you can't.
can't
You're
cross
supposed
it.
to be able to trust law enforcement,
Yeah.
right?
So, okay. What do you got in your hands there, Dave?
Well, we just had a happy moment out in the lobby. I wish we could have done it on the radio. We have a small number of people who won awards in our 2024 Best of the Blackstone Valley. And we sent them all, information, come by and pick up your little box and stuff like that. We brought them to some of them if we were going to go see them. But, St. Anne's doesn't have regular hours, and St. Anne's won in our Best of the Blackstone Valley. And the box was still here, hadn't been picked up, so we just gave it to Dominic. He was pretty excited. And we were talking about Cellos and their thing there. But, Cellos did the same thing for the Milk Fund back in December. And I just thought that we would announce this since we usually will, and we'll be getting a final total for the Milk Fund in the weeks ahead. It's starting to wind down. We got the check in from Cellos for the Milk Fund Day for the at Cellos.
For the meals, yeah.
Right. And so the entire project brought in almost $400.
Fantastic.
Serious. We had raffles and things like that and everything. But the check we got from Cellos was for $262.83 for all those who went on December 17th, I think it was.
Yes, it was.
At Cellos for the Milk Fund. And you can just imagine how much fuel oil they'll be able to buy at St. Anne's if we all go there on Sunday for a nice Sunday dinner.
I feel like we need to ring the bells, but we don't have the bells. So well.
Yeah. Too bad.
Oh.
Order up at Al's.
It's the only bell we got in the studio at the moment.
Okay.
All right, well, that's great.
I thought that was kind of nice to have on the air, too.
It is.
Yeah, all right.
Now I have to go take care of some other things. So you guys just chat a little bit. I'll
We
be
will.
back.
Rich Elaine will be in soon.
Chatter amongst ourselves.
That's right. But so, Melissa, the governor's budget is $14.2 billion.
Yes, with a B.
I'm leaving now, Joe.
Okay, bye, Dave. Thanks for coming in.
You want to shut my camera off?
I should do that, shouldn't I? Okay, bye now.
Yes.
So $14.2 billion.
Yep.
Plan it closes a projected deficit of $250 million through spending cuts and fee increases, but no broad-based tax increases. Is that what you've read so far?
Yes. So the
Okay.
budget was released to the public at 4:00. I was right on the website waiting, refreshing for it because I have a sickness, you see.
Yeah.
And I'm no longer on
To read
finance.
budgets, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm like scrolling and scrolling.
Uh-huh.
I should be doing this on my, laptop, but I just couldn't stop right at the moment. So the two places that I go right away. Number one, I go to the human services
Okay.
budget, and number two, I go to the education budget.
Okay.
Not necessarily in that order, but that's the order that they're in the budget. So, yeah. So I was kind of doing a skimming. It's the devil's in the details, as I always say. But
Did you make that up?
little light reading.
Yeah,
this weekend.
So what about the education? Because he mentioned in the State of the State that there'll be increases for every town and city in the state of Rhode Island. Now, is it for all education? Is it for public education? Does it include charter schools? Does it include mayoral academies? What does it include?
So at first glance, it increases. So not going into the whole education formula, the student success factor increases from 40% to 43%. And it is a particular bump for those urban communities who have a high number of children in poverty, which includes Woonsocket. I had been putting in a bill for maybe 5 years now to increase it to 45%. So I was really happy to see that increase. And it, I don't want to misspeak because it has some interesting changes to charter schools, and it states that a mayoral academy, after their first year, I believe, the board can elect someone to be a head of the board that is not the mayor or town administrator, which was
Okay.
interesting, which obviously was put in just for Woonsocket, right? And then there is wording around the so-called clawback that we take from the charter schools, that it cannot be more than 14%. So really need to dig into those details. This is just super preliminary, right? Skimming. If anybody wants to go through with the budget, it is on the Rhode Island Legislature's website. Go right to.
How many pages is it?
It's a couple hundred.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not huge. It's not huge because there's not a lot of new initiatives, right? Which would make it bigger. But the budget article, the budget bill itself, is on the state's Rhode Island Legislature website. There's a link down at the bottom. It says Budget 2026, which is the one that we're talking about, the 25-26.
Now, it does say there'll be tax increase proposals for cigarettes.
Yep.
Not a surprise.
No.
Short-term rentals.
Yep.
Not a surprise. But then there's one for new electric vehicles. Now, I thought people were getting rebates for going out and buying electric vehicles because it's a good thing to go out, according to the government, to go out and get that. Now there's going to be tax increases if you buy a new electric vehicle?
And I think that's an attempt to recoup the money from the gas tax
Okay.
that they're not getting that won't be coming from the gas tax.
Not as much.
Right, not as
Yeah.
much. Right,
Okay.
right. And again, I kind of skimmed that one. I didn't,
Okay.
you know.
They also want to propose, there's proposal on an assault weapons ban
Yeah,
and a sales tax exemption for gun safety items.
yes.
For like lock
Which
boxes.
we should have done anyway, but yeah.
All right. The budget also includes investments in education, like you talked about. The state's workforce, they want to hire more people. Okay. Infrastructure upgrades, those are the roads and
Yes.
the bridges. And creating a sustainable funding stream to address homelessness. Will that do anything? A funding stream?
Theoretically, I'll need to look a little further into that. We've allocated a lot of money already. We do need a permanent funding stream to address this problem because it's not going to go away and it's not going to go away quickly. It's where those funds are going to come from that needs to be examined.
Alrighty. Well, down in Providence, on the hill, Federal Hill, an iconic restaurant is closing. The Old Canteen on Hatwells Avenue after almost 70 years has been sold.
So sad they're taking it to a wiener joint.
And I mentioned that to Dave, and he said, "Well, maybe you're going to want to try to attract a younger crowd, as opposed to the older crowd that went to the restaurants on Federal Hill." So yeah, a company out of Newport that owns Wally's Wieners, which is a hot dog and smash burger eatery, is going to open there. I'm like, okay. There's not a lot.
There won't be overlap of crowd. I'll tell you that.
There's no fast food restaurants on the hill, except if you consider. I know there's a Dunkin' Donuts. It's been a long time since I've been on the hill. I don't know if there's a Starbucks on
No.
Federal Hill, but
No.
I do know there is a Dunkin'. So, and now we'll have Wally's Wieners, and whatever the Copper Club is.
I don't know what that is.
That's they just said that's going to be on the second floor, which will be, I guess it's just going to be like another restaurant, like the Old Canteen. Let's have
Have you
a
been to
real
the Old
restaurant.
Canteen?
No, I've seen it 1,000 times.
The pink walls, and have you been? Good morning.
Hi,
Good
Rich.
morning.
Rich Elaine is here.
Hey, how's everybody?
All right. Have you been to the Old Canteen on Federal Hill or restaurant?
No, I haven't.
All right. Well, they've closed, so don't bother going.
All right. Well, that's
They
good
have
to know.
the best veal scallopini.
Oh,
I
do
know.
they?
I know veal is controversial, but
But
so
if you
this
like
is
it, you like it. So.
yeah. And if I had known that was going to be my last meal there, I don't
Well,
know.
you still have time.
If you can get in.
You can go to Cello's on Sunday.
Yeah.
But they're closing this weekend, so if you're not doing anything today or tomorrow,
If you can get in, if
it's
you
going to
can
be
get in.
tough.
Yeah,
It's-
right. So the veal with chicken livers
Yeah.
is honestly like
The best.
my
there is.
favorite.
Well, the other two places that will open up in the new Old Canteen place, Wally's Wieners and the Copper Club, will open up by March. So they're going to take the month of 6 weeks off and work on it really quickly and get going.
I don't know what the Copper Club is, but I hope they
I think
keep
it's
the
just-
pink walls. I
think it's-
really do.
It's just another name for a restaurant.
I would.
I think that's what they're going with. All right. So we had another issue where parents behaving badly at sporting events. This time, it took place in Foxborough, and at least it wasn't very young kids. And this time it was a hockey game between my town, yay,
Oh
Gay.
no!
and Taunton. The two high school boys hockey teams were playing each other. Now, was there an altercation between players? No. Was there an altercation between parents of both sides? No. Some parent not happy with the referees and assaulted the referees as they were coming off the ice. Don't like the calls or the non-calls or whatever it is.
This is why
I
we
don't know.
can't have nice things.
That is right. and so now they Foxborough police were called. That's where the rink is, and they arrested somebody. They're supposed to appear in Rentham District Court because that's the court that they go to. Now they haven't released the name of the parent of the adult or where they're from. They said they're gonna, for whatever reason, they're waiting until they get arraigned at the district court to release whoever the name is. So I'm just interested to know, okay, what town are you from? And what child what your child plays on which team, and what was the altercation? What was the problem? What provoked that you had to go after the referees? And I've been to games before, especially when my son played on the Mansfield High hockey team. And yeah, Rich, when your team loses, you're never happy with the referee. Look at the Bruins. I go, but oh my
Gee,
God!
thanks for rubbing that one in, Joe. Appreciate it.
But to attack the referee who's out there making $50 a game, maybe. All right, oh maybe it's 100. I don't know what they make. Doing it part time is just so wrong. It's just swallow your anger and go home and get a punching bag or something and take it out on that. Or the cat. No, I'm kidding, Melissa. but to actually attack them as they're trying to come off the ice is just so wrong.
There were reports too, like a year back, or in fact, I think it goes on. If you watch just about any news show, and they interview like these guys that are in charge, like the referees in these states, are hiring them and stuff. They say there's a shortage.
Yeah,
Now
we
of
talked about
officials
that,
for
yeah.
high school
Yeah.
and college sports,
Nobody
simply
wants
for
to
that
do it.
reason. Nobody wants to do it because of
they're
the
sick of taking the
crazies,
abuse.
that
Yeah.
are in the audience. I feel bad for the kid whose parent, maybe was it a parent? That,
Yeah.
Parent of one of the
yeah,
players.
yeah. So can you imagine the
Embarrassing
kid?
for the child.
Yeah, the kid going to school the next day and like, hey, was that your old man up there that acted like the idiot?
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
So, the name of the person will not be released unless probable cause is found by a clerk magistrate.
All right, we'll call him the idiot for now.
All right, let's call him the idiot.
Let's call him the idiot.
Police did not say whether the assaulted officials were injured. So I don't know. They do have some protection under those striped shirts and black pants, and they are wearing a helmet as well. So, but you're right. And all you have to do is go to YouTube. And just type in officials leaving games because of parents.
Yeah.
And then you'll get a multitude of videos of officials walking out in the middle of the games because it's the parents that are just so out of control.
If you want to go back a few years with officials, let's talk about, and I'll make it real quick. You remember Paul Stewart, the NHL official?
Player, yes.
He was a player and then he became an official. He's a Boston Dorchester boy.
Okay.
And he was jacked up. I mean, this guy was solid.
Yeah. Okay.
And the NHL players used to say, if we get in the,
you don't mess with him.
If Paul breaks you up, you
get away.
You get away.
If he says stop, okay, we stop.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to take a break here in the Coffee and Program. More coming your way. Time for a look at the forecast being brought to you by Mothers Against Drunk Driving.
Sunny skies today with a high of 36 degrees and a breeze from the northwest. Tonight, increasingly cloudy, overnight low of 23. Saturday's weather, a 60% chance of rain likely, mainly after 4 p.m., patchy fog. Otherwise, cloudy skies all day with a high of 45. Chance of precipitation 60%, as we say, and only a trace amount. Winds could gust up to 25 miles per hour on Saturday. Saturday night, a 40% chance of the rain continuing into the nighttime, but gradually becoming partly cloudy and rain ending. Overnight low Saturday night, 31. Sunday's weather, a 50% chance of rain in the afternoon, then a chance of snow after the sun goes down around 4:30. Partly sunny skies with a high near 40. Martin Luther King Day Monday, partial sunshine with a high of 24 and a west wind to 25 miles per hour. Tuesday, mostly sunny, high near 17, west wind to 25. Wednesday, mostly sunny, high near 16, northwest wind. And on Thursday, mostly sunny skies, high of 25 degrees.
Outside the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio on the corner of Park Ave and Kennedy Street, sunny skies, we've made it to 23 degrees. For victims of drunk and drug driving, your grief is unique, but you are not alone. You always have a place at MAD. Call the 24-hour victim helpline at 877-MAD-HELP or visit madwith2ds.org.
Wow, can you believe Gators Pub is celebrating its 35th year in business? Maybe the key to Gators' success is our super friendly staff. Or maybe the fact that the chefs at Gators are constantly making some of the freshest and most delicious dishes around. If you've never been, come on down and check out our great lunch specials from Monday through Thursday. They also offer complimentary soup during lunch. Watch the Boston Red Sox on one of our many TVs while enjoying classic apps like fresh potato skins or our famous pita chips. Come watch a volleyball game and have a burger or one of our newest cocktail creations. Gators is located on Route 102 in North Smithfield, about 1 mile before Wright's Chicken Farm. Come say hello.
Integrity, trust, service. 3 words that sum up what you can expect from the Carew Investment Group at 2190 Mendon Road in Cumberland, Rhode Island. Established in 1987, we've been helping local investors to build wealth and guide them through their golden years of retirement using quality stocks of companies that you know, many of which pay quarterly dividends. We also use investment-grade bonds and low-cost exchange-traded funds. To find out more about our services and for a quality conservative approach to investing, call us at 765-8880. Integrity, trust, service. The Carew Investment Group. Securities offered through Bolton Global Capital, member FINRA and SIPC, and advisory services offered through Bolton Global Asset Management, a registered investment advisor.
Lou Mandeville here to tell you the only place to get your local high school and college scores, as well as the Pats, Bruins, Celtics, and Sox is on my morning sports reports. And they are right here on ON 1240, Monday through Friday on the Morning Fun Show.
This portion of the Coffee and program is sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
It's Coffee and on ON. Thanks for joining us. Joe Callahan along with Melissa Murray and Rich Lane from Post 85. Hi there, Rich. And what's news? What's going on? What do you have to tell us about the Post?
Well, the Post is going well. I mean, we're still around.
Good.
At least as of last night when I left there, we were still there. So
Good.
But what I want to mention this morning is that we all know Jeannie Michon, right, from
Yes.
New Beginnings, right?
Yep.
Does a great job with that. Well, I think most people out there know they got a new site, right? They're in a brand new building. Well, and Jeannie does good things not only for the community, you know, and the homeless and people that really need help out there, but she does great things for veterans too. She's been very good to American Legion Post 85, and I know she's listening this morning. So Jeannie, I'm saying hi to Joe and hi to Melissa for you, and hi to Dave for
Hi,
you.
Jean.
But Jeannie asked me if I would mention this, and I said I most certainly will because you do good things for veterans. So I'm going to do good things for you people. So she is, of course, over at New Beginnings, and they're having another. And she texted me. It's a day of service on Saturday, the 25th, from 8 to around 11 a.m. And what they're looking for are volunteers 18 and older. And for those of you out there that the judge may have said, oh, you got to do a little community service, this is a great time to come down and knock some hours off of your community service. So if you're out there, listen up real quick, and everybody else. This is going to be at 36 Stanley Ave, and Jeannie's asking that you please bring work gloves, and she'll have protective masks if you want one. And if you have any questions about what's going to go on that day, Jeannie's asking you to call 401-356-4066. Ask for Jeannie. And I asked her this morning what duties would be expected on this day of service. Well, I guess because they moved into a brand new building, they're moving around ceiling tiles, pieces of metal, and just basically a general trash cleanup from renovations.
Okay.
So that's what you'll be doing. So wear some clothes that you don't mind getting dirty. And, you know, like I just said, if you want to knock off a couple hours of your community service, good time to do it. And if you hadn't got community service, it's a good time to volunteer to do something for a really nice lady and her
Excellent.
organization. So once
On
again,
the 25th, that's a
yeah,
Saturday.
once again, Saturday, a week from tomorrow, the 25th, down at 36 Stanley Avenue. And if you want to call, and that's from 8 to 11. And if you, once
That's
again...
8 a.m.
8 a.m., yeah, 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then 11 a.m., if you want to, I can point you in the direction of the post. You can come down and have a beverage from all your hard work, sit there and have a few beverages and just enjoy conversation. So you knock out a great day all the way around, So the phone number you got to call if you want to ask Jeannie any more questions, once again, is 401-356-4066. So...
Excellent.
And on the post, yeah, we're continuing to do what we do down there. The Veterans Vehicle Program. January and February are usually pretty slow months. Everything kind of calms down a little bit. Can't do the outside bands, but a little cold out there. But on Saturday mornings, we're doing breakfast. We do breakfast sandwiches on Saturday morning for a very minimal charge. I call the commander, Rob LaForte, I call him the guru of the breakfast wrap. He does a fantastic job. And we got breakfast sandwiches, and they range anywhere from $3.50 to $6, depending on what you want. So if you want to come down and have a quick breakfast sandwich and just get to know what the post is all about, we do that on Saturday mornings from 8:30 to 11. And as far as the service vehicle goes, I'll mention that real quick. The veteran service vehicle that we have down at Post 85. And for any veteran out there that hasn't heard this before, or anybody out there, what we do is that if you are a veteran and you have a medical appointment, either at the VA or your private medical doctor, our veteran service vehicle at Post 85, we're independent from the VA. We operate on our own. We will take our vehicle. We will pick the veteran up at their house. We will drive the veteran to their medical appointment. We will wait for the veteran at their medical appointment, and we will take the veteran back home. And this service is all done free of charge by the American Legion Post 85. And the only thing I would remind the veterans of is that the vehicle we transport you in is a Chevrolet Impala. It's a low-riding sedan, so we cannot accommodate wheelchair, and you pretty much have to be able to mobilize yourself. You can have walkers okay, cane is okay, fine.
4 doors though, right?
It's 4 doors, yeah, but you got to be able to get in and out of the vehicle, on your own. Basically, what we are is we're just an Uber service for free. So if the veteran needs a ride, the phone number you can call is 401-766-7585. That's the post telephone number. The person answering the phone will take your name and your phone number. They will relay that to me. I'm the duty officer for the vehicle. I will call you, and if the date is open, you're going to get your ride, and I'll set up all the transportation for you and keep in touch with you. So that's pretty much everything I got.
All right, very good there, Rich. And just want to mention we had this story a couple of days ago, and I'll apologize because I was. It may sound like I was accusing someone of falsifying something. And the story was there was a man jogging along the bike path in Johnston, and he said he was body slammed to the ground. I'm like, and I was quite, was he or wasn't he? Well, apparently he was.
He was.
And they've arrested somebody. Now, when I hear body slam, I'm thinking they're actually picked up, like wrestling.
Yeah.
Picked up and slammed over.
Yeah, like in the air.
Okay,
and
that's
thrown,
not because I was wondering how I go. What do you mean you were body slammed when you were jogging? That means you got to stop and they got to pick you up and
No.
So that's not that's not really what happened. The man was jogging along, the other guy is coming in the other direction, and the suspect charged at the man and hit him like a shoulder tackle, like a football.
Yep.
And then knocked the jogger down.
Yep.
Now the victim wasn't hurt, which is good, but he did immediately call police. And investigators said 40-year-old Dana March was wearing the same jacket he was wearing during the assault when he was arrested yesterday on Manton Avenue in Providence. So, and just why would you do this? Just I don't know.
Yeah, so I got a little more intel into
what do you
that.
know? What else do you know about it?
Now
guy,
you're going to hear the rest of the story.
Yeah, well,
right?
because the guy had went on who got body slammed went on social media, and he had actually been able to film a little bit of the other guy who was saying, get out of my neighborhood, stuff like that. And he called him a derogatory word for a gay person.
Okay. What?
Yeah, you know what really gets me, and and I'm not even going to say where it is or anything like that, but don't people, and I just dealt with this a couple of days ago. Don't people know that there are cameras all over the place now?
Even if you're
Serious.
jogging,
Any.
Well, the person
any-
took out their
anywhere.
phone and.
Yeah,
and
but I mean, you
right.
can film any. You're not going to get away with being a jerk anymore.
Right, because
Right.
then they're also
you know,
going to go around to places around, and they're going to say, "Okay,
Yeah.
do you have a camera? And if so, we need to get the
We
film
need to
on
see
it."
it.
Right?
Yeah, you're going to get caught.
Yeah.
It's that
Always,
simple.
yeah.
There's everywhere. You know,
Like,
okay,
why
50
are you
years ago,
so
you know, you,
Triggered because someone is jogging or running, and
on
or
the
you
path that
think,
that's designed for jogging and running
and you
and
think
bicycles.
that they're LGBT, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Why? By what they're wearing?
I don't know. The person was, so from what I gather.
right.
So like why
He
are
still
you
shouldn't have
so
been hit.
triggered that you
Yeah.
need to do that?
I
Like
don't
you
know.
need to ask yourself why.
You're right. All right, more of the Coffee and program coming up. Going to take a quick little break, and this portion has been sponsored by the Valley Breeze newspaper.
The Valley Breeze has been a local news leader since its founding in 1996, and more people are reading our stories today than ever before. We believe our mission of making our community stronger by telling their stories is not just a tagline, but a way of life for our staff as they connect with you, our loyal readers and advertisers. Our team thanks you for always reading, always reaching out, and always helping toward our shared vision. Check out any of our 5 editions or visit valleybreeze.com for more.
Every winter, the state of Rhode Island prepares for the winter season, and we want you to be prepared as well. At the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency, our top priority is keeping everyone safe, so we want to remind you to be prepared for the ice, cold, and snow. Keep an emergency supply kit, have a communications plan, and stay informed. Find more information at riema.ri.gov or visit us on social media. Brought to you by the Rhode Island Emergency Management Agency and the Rhode Island Broadcasters Association.
You can depend on us for public service. ON Radio.
It's Coffee In on ON Radio. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Callahan, along with Rich Lane and Melissa Murray. And JetBlue has just announced they're going to start nonstop flights between TF Green and JFK. There are no nonstop flights from Green Airport to JFK since 2009.
Wow, that seems like
I just thought they would be. So
a strange and underwhelming announcement.
well, it's gonna start May 1st. In case you ever want to get to Green, it'll be daily service. But boy, plan it right, because you're leaving Rhode Island at 7 in the morning, and you are not coming back until 11:30 that night if you fly the same day.
Yeah.
You're spending all day in New York City is what you're
I mean, it's not like
you're
there's
doing.
not stuff to do, so
Well,
I
that's
guess
right.
you're good.
But and I'm like, well, that's got to be a 30-minute flight.
Yeah.
That's a quickie.
Yep.
That's no drinks on that flight. I mean, that's just up and
No.
down. All right, and I bring it up because I just flew recently last weekend, and I was on Southwest, and didn't this look at this? Southwest Airlines say they pulled one of their pilots from the cockpit after reports he was about to fly drunk.
Oh no.
Yeah, he was arrested Wednesday at the airport in Savannah, Georgia. I'm like, whoa. Phew, I did not fly out of Savannah at all. The 52-year-old reportedly reeked of alcohol when he showed up for work at 6 in the morning.
Oh, dear.
quite a bender, huh?
Quite a bender all night long.
Wow.
So
Yikes.
jail records show that the pilot did post a $3,500 bond and has been released from prison. So no word on whether
Hopefully
or not.
going to go get some treatment.
Just things you can't do.
You know, wouldn't you think though, like these pilots would have to like do a breathalyzer or something before they get on the?
I don't think they do though.
Yeah,
No,
maybe
they
the
don't, but-
union's got something to do with it, but I would.
It's
I
up to
would think
flight
that,
attendants, gate
Yeah.
agents, and passengers to say, hey, that person doesn't look right.
Yep.
Are they stumbling? Are they falling down? This one's reeking of alcohol. They're like, maybe you shouldn't fly
At 6 a.m. Yeah.
at 6
yeah.
a.m.,
Yeah.
which is usually the first flight of the day. So,
Wow.
So this one was caught. So yeah.
Can you imagine thinking to yourself, like, Yeah, I'm good to fly this
Oh,
plane.
fine.
I'm just a little like. What are
They
you thinking?
they basically fly themselves, and I'm not going to hit anything when I get in the air.
Oh
so-
my goodness.
I visualized the comedian Foster Brooks. Remember him?
Melissa doesn't know Foster Brooks.
I don't.
She doesn't.
His whole
Joe,
shtick, I do.
Yeah.
From the late '60s, early '70s, and you can't do this anymore. It's so politically incorrect.
Oh God, yeah.
He always played a drunk. Oh, but funny. Oh my God.
Oh yeah.
But one of his things, it's him and Dean Martin supposedly at a airport lounge. And he's already drunk and he's the pilot. And that's the joke.
Oh geez.
That's the major joke at the end. Well, I got to go fly. And then that's like how the sketch ends. And of course everybody laughs. And but now it's so serious now.
God, am I showing my age?
Well,
Whoa.
I know who Foster Brooks is.
I can't believe I didn't.
Well,
I usually know those
You got to
things.
look it up.
Well,
Melissa, you got to look it up.
He did
He's got
pass away-
videos. Yeah.
Passed away quite a while ago. So, so this is interesting to say the least. Progresso soups. Progresso is introducing a new way to enjoy soup. A lot of people like the soup in the wintertime here. Keep them warm. The company released its first ever limited edition Soup Drops candy on Thursday. Candy flavored soup. Progresso says
Wait. Candy flavored soup or soup flavored candy? I'm confused.
Well, let's see. Progresso says it took the beloved flavors of our Progresso chicken noodle soup and packed them into a fun, savory candy.
Oh, there you
Oh, so there you go. It's the other way around.
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's slightly better, right? Than
I
candy
don't-
flavored
I
soup.
wouldn't go. Good for but, yuck.
Yeah, I'm not going to be.
I don't.
So do you want like a hard piece of candy to taste like chicken soup? All right.
That'll be something you see out at the dollar store. Pretty soon. Yeah. We're getting rid of all the. It only a buck.
Well, maybe. However, it's sold exclusively on their website, progressosoupdrops.com, for $2.49 per can. The first batch sold out.
So it's a can of candy.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, can of candy. There you go.
But more of these soup drops will be released every Thursday in January. You got to quickly go to their website and order yourself a can. If you want some.
Speaking of soup, is that? I remember the old commercial. You never put water in a Habitant soup. Is Habitant soup still around?
Well, now you're really
You
showing
remember?
your age.
Yeah, I
don't
know
remember
it.
this
You don't
kind of
remember
soup.
Habitant soup? You must
never
never
heard of
put.
it.
No, Habitant. It was
No.
called.
Progresso, you
like
don't-
Progresso,
you don't add
put
water to
water
that.
or anything like that. I just didn't know if the company was around still.
I
that's
don't.
all.
I don't remember that one.
No, I could talk about Necco wafers. That would really show.
I
my
know.
age.
I know what
Necco
Necco wafers
wafers.
are, as a matter of fact.
But I had to tell
I
my
bought them
daughter,
recently.
who went to go make herself a can of Campbell's soup, and I said, "You got to add a can of water." And she said, "Why?" I said, "Read the directions."
Yeah.
Oh yeah, add a can of water.
concentrated.
I go
There you
because
go.
it won't be soupy enough.
There
I
you
don't
go.
know. She says, "Oh, well, okay." I said, "But you only do that with Campbell's." I said, "Read the directions on other cans in case you buy something else, and you won't. You don't have to do that." All right. The FDA is authorizing Zyn, Z-Y-N, Zyn nicotine pouches to be sold. I don't think this is a good thing at all, right off the bat.
I don't even know what is in nicotine. Well, I know nicotine pouches, but Zyn, no idea.
This comes after the agency said they conducted an extensive scientific research on the pouches safely. It sounds like something you would put
in your
mouth.
Yeah, and like in your lip or something, right?
Yeah, like tobacco, smokeless tobacco. All right. The agency said it found the pouches posed a lower cancer risk than cigarettes, still a risk though, and other smokeless tobacco products, and also found that it could help cigarette smokers trying to quit. Could. All right.
Good, right. So the
Zyn-
FDA says you can do this.
Yes, it's
just
allowed to be sold.
Your bottom lip might fall off, but there's less of a chance of your bottom lip falling off.
Zyn exploded in popularity in recent years after going viral online and making the rounds. So yeah.
Joe, do you
no, thank
happen to have in your list of things
Yes.
there that dye that Red 3 dye that they
We had that yesterday.
did you?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
then.
Red 3
See,
dye
I
has
don't.
been-
I'm only here on Fridays, so
Yeah.
I didn't hear.
Did you hear about
Yeah.
that? It's been FDA's banned it, or the government's banned it.
Again?
I don't know if it's again.
Is
or-
it again? Seriously? No, you know more about this than I do, Melissa. Then
It's
Was
red-
it the-
it's red dye
the
number
the
3.
red dye.
California banned it a few years ago.
Mhm.
Now it's banned nationally.
Nationally, yeah.
And
No more no more M&Ms. No more
Fruit
M&Ms.
Loops, like
Remember?
Fruit
Right.
Loops.
Right.
Fruit Loops, you're done.
They were adding to maraschino cherries to give it a more
Yeah.
bright red
They put dye in
cherry
everything.
look.
Put dye in everything to make it.
Yeah.
They put dye in steak to make it, more pink, so you'll buy it. Like,
Yeah.
So, but I wonder how many things that Red 3 dye is in. I wonder how many.
Probably a whole
Like you said,
lot.
M&Ms. I thought M&Ms right away, and Skittles.
Skittles?
Yeah.
Would probably have it.
Well, what are they going to look
Didn't they
like?
ban?
That's
Isn't that why they originally got rid of red M&Ms? Like
Yeah,
in the
because it was
six-
causing cancer.
Yeah.
Lifesavers.
yeah.
Red-
Fruit
the red
Loops. I
cherry.
can't imagine what Fruit Loops are. What's Toucan Sam going to do?
Changes beat color.
Yeah,
or
he's going to
something
change
else.
beat
But
colors down. It's
yet
going to be like
at
all
the same time,
gray
Fruit
and
Loops
black. And
is FDA approved as like a healthy breakfast or whatever. Like, oh, this is part of a.
Not anymore.
No.
You want to know what? though?
What a
And I was, I'm not getting political here. I'm trying not to, at least. But with RFK Jr. coming in and for all the like food things and everything,
The health,
you know what I saw behind him when he was doing one of these announcements is Cheez-Its. I saw a big box of Cheez-Its. And I
Those-
love
are those okay?
love Cheez-Its.
Are those
No, they're not.
Oh, okay.
So all I got to say is RFK Jr., don't mess with my Cheez-Its.
Well, better-
Oh,
you
well,
better-
he's
Do
coming
not
for you.
mess
He's
with
coming
my
for your
Cheez-Its.
Cheez-Its.
Stock up.
Stock up is right.
All your
All right.
favorite snacks.
So President-elect Trump, he's been busy, getting with the inauguration coming up on Monday, but he's named 3 actors as special, we're going to put that in quote, special ambassadors, who will work to bring Hollywood business back from abroad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Trump announced on his Truth Social that your maybe some of your favorites are Sylvester Stallone, Mel Gibson,
Of course.
and John Voight
No surprise.
will aim to make Hollywood, quote, bigger, better, and stronger than ever before, unquote. He said the 3 actors will be his eyes and ears and will consult on how to bring back the golden age of Hollywood.
Better figure out how they're going to rebuild that sign. No? Let's get the fires
that
over
was
with first.
That
was an
wasn't in
AI
trouble.
generated picture.
It was never on fire.
It was never on fire?
It was AI
Okay, it was
generated,
AI.
yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
I did hear about
I'm
that.
misinformed again.
It's a
What
misinformation
else is
out
new?
there.
What else is new?
But no, it was
But there was a fire in the Hollywood Hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But
But
it was
put out there, Rich,
contained
to
pretty.
make people think that the Hollywood sign is on fire.
Yep.
Really?
And it wasn't.
Well, my
Because
goodness, look at that
Facebook
with
no
AI.
longer has to fact check. They fired all their fact checkers. So, yeah.
So you just
Don't
never
believe
know.
everything.
See, Melissa, it's going to be fun, isn't it?
It's going to
go-
be fun.
It's going to be interesting.
Nobody's going to know what's real and not, and then people are going to be arguing about what's real and not. And
They're
it's
gonna
gonna
be in
like
my world.
Such a
They're going to be in my world
great
finally.
time.
Well, they are the local musical artists are putting together a fundraiser to raise money for those affected by the LA fires. It's all your newer people, Rich. You might not know any of these people, but here we go. Billie Eilish.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Lady Gaga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah, I know.
Green Day.
I've heard of that.
Jelly Roll.
Can you imagine, like, Hank Williams Sr., who's been dead and gone, saying, we now have a country singer by the name of Jelly Roll?
He's a country singer? I didn't even know
He
that.
has a newish
Yeah.
hit that's country. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Katy Perry.
Love Katy Perry.
And one of my favorite, Earth, Wind, and Fire.
Yeah.
It's worth going just for those guys.
Yeah.
And more will be on the lineup. The benefit concert will take place January 30th in 2 separate venues, the Intuit Dome and the Kia Forum, which is the LA Forum, in case you remember that. Tickets go on sale on Tuesday. iHeartRadio will be streaming the benefit concert live across on the radio in different places. So there you go.
You know, one of my pet peeves is, too? Like,
what's that now?
when these like singers, we're just talking about singers a little bit, like, some of these, the ones that do the national anthem, like at these sporting events, that, like, they try to put their own, spin on it and everything. You know who did
Everybody's
one?
an individual.
Yeah, but you know who did one last weekend? And from soup to nuts, from beginning to end, just did it like it's supposed to be done. An unbelievably good voice from one of the older bands, Cheap Trick, Robin Zander.
Really?
The lead singer of Cheap Trick.
You think
He's
that-
71 years old, and he
Oh
went
my
out there.
gosh, really?
He went, yeah. Oh, and you remember Melissa?
Oh, sure.
Oh my God. Okay, we'll have a pity party for you when we get up to here. Okay.
Well, you think he would draw it out with the guitar strings and try
No,
to
he
just
he
hear it
just
straight out?
nailed it, and I
Okay.
was so happy to hear that.
No one ever is gonna top Whitney.
Well,
no,
that's-
she did
that's
a good
true.
job too.
It-
That was
it, like,
wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Chris Stapleton did a heck of a job on the national anthem a couple of years ago too. So some of them do it right, but the others, I don't know. They try to, Roseanne Barr from years ago and all that crazy crap. Some of these people just try to go out of their way to. I think either make their mark on it or just try to ruin it on purpose.
So we've heard the stories real quickly about Trump wants Greenland and he wants the Panama Canal and he wants Canada to be a state, but Iowa, a state senator from Iowa, is proposing to purchase several counties in Minnesota and add it to his state. All right, he'll introduce a bill to buy the lower 9 counties in Minnesota. He says the new residents can expect low taxes and a farm-friendly state. He also posted an X stating making Minnesota Iowa again, and added Governor Tim Walz may say Iowa is just rocks and cows, but we see opportunity. And then where does it stop?
I don't know.
It's not going to stop.
And now it won't if this is allowed.
It's not going to stop.
Was
It's
this
not
like-
allowed.
was
This
this
is
like-
this is just posturing.
Kind of like Canada
guess.
with Quebec. Wasn't there something like years ago? Quebec wanted to secede.
They wanted to secede to be their own country.
It's crazy. This stuff's crazy.
Well, we
man.
can go out. Let's go buy Massachusetts.
We don't have the money to buy
And maybe
Massachusetts,
maybe
but
Mass will
also
buy-
like maybe
they'll buy
Massachusetts
us.
wants to buy us.
I'll give you Elizabeth Warren.
Well, I always, my plan, like it's my idea, but I always thought that, we should just, we horizontally, a vertical line right under Providence, okay? And go east to west, and everything north goes to Massachusetts, everything south goes to Connecticut, Block Island goes to New York City, New York. There we
It
go.
is closer.
There we are. It is, well, it's the same
Well,
distance.
it's the same
It's
distance,
Same
right.
distance. So they can have that, and then we just become Mass, and the rest of the state becomes Connecticut, and there's only 49 states.
You got a lot
So
of people
why-
on Rhode
why-
Island that
what-
love you right now. I'll tell you that much.
Something was going on at the State House at the time,
Yeah.
and it was just, and I said we have to keep the State House up as a museum, and like an ode to stupidity. Something was going on. It was just the dumbest thing going. I said that's
There's
it.
always something
we
going
have got
on.
to join another state, and that's what we got to do. All right, that'll do it for the show for today. Thank you very much for listening. Thanks to Dave Richards and Dominic Duarmo, who were here earlier today. Melissa, thanks for coming in.
Thank you. Have a great weekend, everyone.
All right, Rich Lane, thanks for coming in.
Thank you very much. Hey, guys, everybody out there, come on down and help Jeannie Michon down at the New Beginnings next Saturday. Help her clean out some stuff and do something nice for someone.
Very good. Stay tuned for Gary Smith and the crew with the Do You Remember program coming your way at 9:30 here on ON Radio.
Broadcasting live and local daily from the Navigant Credit Union broadcast studio at the corner of Park Avenue and Kennedy Street. This is WOON Woonsocket Radio. And now, the news.
2 Rhode Island State Police troopers have been fired after they posted video of a pedestrian's